Okay, so we're not doing any cute gag with the trans flag or anything. We have it here, but we don't feel like putting it up. We just want to get this video out before it's April Fool's, because this isn't an April Fool's video. Um, we are upset because the trans healthcare system in Sweden has once again failed us. A year and a half ago, we applied to get our legal gender marker changed to female, and you do that alongside applying for any surgeries you want, right? And we want all the surgeries. So we filled it all out, sent it in to the like the judge or whatever, got it approved, got a legal gender marker changed, supposed to be put on the waiting list for the surgeries, and then waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited, and didn't get any letters, phone calls, messages on the healthcare website that we're supposed to log all these things on. Didn't get anything. And so we finally decided to check, how is this process supposed to go? Is it uncommon for doctors to just close off contact until suddenly it's your turn? And no, that is not it. My hair is horrible right now. No, that's not it at all. That's not how it's supposed to be. Now, we've been moving, as you know. So it's been a little chaotic with figuring out who to contact when it comes to healthcare matters and the like, and it's been a bunch of back and forth bureaucracy, paperwork, and it's been a bit of a pain. But regardless, we were trying to figure out where we were supposed to where we could call to find out about this. And we tried to figure it out, tried to find information about it, and we just couldn't seem to find a phone number to any specific department of the clinic or anything that would cover this. But through a friend, thankfully, who had gone to the same trans clinic as us, we were able to basically cross-reference our documents, and as such we figured out who to contact. So we did, and they contacted us back and were like, we don't have anyone listed with your person number, the personal ID that every Swedish person has. But that might just be because you have changed your number, because when you change gender you also change your number, because one of the numbers in your person number actually reflects your gender, which is pointless, honestly, and really bad for non-binary people, but that's how it is. So we were like, oh, okay, well, here's our old number. And they got back to us later in the day today, and they don't have any record of us having signed to be put on a waiting list. Apparently, we signed it. We have the papers. It was approved. We were supposed to be put on a waiting list, but we never were. We were just lost in the paper trail. A year and a half. We thought, it was taking long because, COVID, something like that. But no, we just weren't put into the system. and it's Trans Day of Visibility. We were literally celebrating Trans Day of Visibility by being invisible to the healthcare system. It's upsetting. This isn't the first time we've just been forgotten in the system. We've had, like, every part of our trans journey has been full of just delays and hiccups and being lost somewhere in the systems and just not being told about it until eventually we inquired about it and they just were like, oh, oops. And just to be clear, it wasn't the move. It wasn't the move, because it's the same clinic we had before we moved to Lund, and during Lund, and since moving to Lund. So, like, it wasn't even the move that, like, caused a problem or anything. Like, no, they just lost it. They apparently didn't. I don't know. I'm sure you're wondering, like, well, okay, what about now? Have you been put on the waiting list now? We have been told that we should basically send in our application again. Like, we don't need to, like, go through, like, the court system for it, but, like, we're gonna have to, like, send it to them again, and then they can enter it. And, you know, that might not be that much work. That might just be something that, you know, by next week we're on the waiting list. But how? But, like, for all we know, they'll just fucking lose it again. Trans healthcare is not great in Sweden. We have one thing going for it. We have one good thing about trans healthcare in Sweden. We don't have to pay for our surgery. And that is a big one. It's a big one. The surgeries are, I mean, we don't get every surgery. We don't get the facial feminization surgery. Is that what it's called? For example. But, like, bottom surgery, one cup size breast enlargement, or breast reduction, what do you call it? Well, when you get rid of the breasts, like, that's covered. That's great. Getting there isn't free. Some people seem to think, some people have, I'm guessing people who don't live in Sweden, but, like, have this idea that we have, like, fully free healthcare. We don't. We have socialized healthcare, yes, but, like, we do pay for it. We do pay for doctor's visits. We do pay for medication and all these things, and it gets expensive. Like, the anti-androgen aspect of our hormone therapy is particularly expensive. But on a structural level, the trans healthcare is beyond broken. We're losing so many parts of it as well. Like, I think we had, like, 4 clinics in Sweden that dealt with trans healthcare, and, like, 2 of them are closing. Or if they haven't already closed now, I'm not sure. Oh, slipped into I instead of we there. Still not used to that. Yeah. We have plenty of other problems as well right now, like health-wise, financial-wise, job searching-wise, studies-wise. Everything has just been hell lately, and this was not what we needed on top of that. But it's what we got. Happy Trans Day of Visibility. Fucking. I don't know. I we got nothing more to say. Thank you for watching. If you do want to help us out in some way, you know, our Patreon exists. We have a Ko-fi. We have a PayPal me. By no means don't feel obligated to do it, but all the help we get do help. We don't have much money to live on at the moment, but